Yeah, it's not like dependent on that. That's good.
Tell me there's some like horseshit update.
And
No,
people,
okay, got it. We're good.
People
We're
can
good.
see and hear us now.
Oh,
Okay,
good.
I already said we were good.
That's why Johnny let people see and hear us.
All right, and then let me tag everyone in Discord.
Oh, hey, cool. That so if I open another window, there we go. I'll just have to do my browsing and not in that window. I wonder if I can change that to tab so that I can still chat and stuff during the show.
You know, when I saw like the music uploaded and I saw legendary, I assumed it was an entire category of Zeldas.
Why is that not still the assumption?
Well, the failures part, I feel like, unless they're failure Legend of Zelda games.
Unless it's like five questions based off of Triforce Heroes. Yeah, I don't think that Legend of Zelda fits in there.
Well,
guys.
Don't forget the CDI games.
Don't forget the redemption aspect of this show.
Legendary Wings.
Legendary Wings is not a failure. That is an awesome, amazing game.
Are you paying attention to like the category names at all? Like, and the theme of this show? You guys really don't have any idea what's going on. Okay, cool. I'm getting some beers.
I mean, I'm not really paying attention because I'm not competing, so.
Oh, I need to fix David's crop. Let's see. Where's that at?
No, you don't. Just cut me out entirely. I don't need to be here.
Let's see. Any less on the right? There we go. And more on the left.
Is that stage right or house right?
Screen right. Whatever that is.
So you did less on screen right?
Yes.
Cool.
Okay. Who is ready to start a show up?
So ready.
Guess it's that time.
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Johnny, should there be a theme song playing?
Uh-oh. I'm... Whoops.
Welcome to Game That Tune.
Forgot to connect my soundboard.
All right, I'm killing my recording, but you guys do whatever you feel is right.
I'm just going to keep it playing.
I mean, I'm not editing, so, you know.
Okay. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to Game That Tune!
Yeah, what is going on, everybody? It's Game That Tune back in the house once again. It's your host, John Harrington here, and I've got David Fleming with me. David, say hey.
Hey, and I gotta say, I am really excited to be here because this is our redemption episode for Johnny and Jessie. Losers bracket, if you will. I've already got my spot in the finals, so, you know, I'm just thrilled to be here to commit 100% behind these guys.
Oh, okay. Well, David, I appreciate the willingness to kick back and not participate in the show because this is a redemption themed episode. This is the losers bracket of August Absurdity, of course. It's it's a special one, guys. It's August Absurdity 7. We had 5 recording nights in August. We had to figure out a way to do 5 fantastic shows for the month of August. And so we've had 2 rounds so far of August Absurdity, and David and I have both made it to the finals. And you know what's more fun than a finals with 2 contestants? A finals with more than 2 contestants, guys. And so this year we wanted to give Johnny and Jessie, our 2 losers, a shot at redemption. And I thought there would be no better way to do that than by playing a round of Game That Tune Redemption Jeopardy. And now we will meet our contestants. First, a computer programmer from Baltimore, Maryland, and loser of his head-to-head matchup with David Fleming 2 weeks ago, John Regan.
Oh, crap. How is it every single time we do this, I forget that I have to come up with some kind of promo concept. I never fucking do this.
No, you don't have to come up with a promo. This is Jeopardy. You just say hello.
Oh,
Johnny,
hey.
how many times have somebody cut a wrestling promo on Jeopardy?
God, I would like to see an inventory list of that. If they ever did a wrestling crossover episode of Jeopardy, I'm not aware of it, but I would like to watch it. And hailing from Jacksonville, Florida, the loser of his matchup with me just a week ago, the Sega legend, Jessie Moore.
Tonight, I'm the fucking Sandman.
Ooh.
And Johnny, you're going to sleep.
Short and sweet, baby. See, that's the kind of wrestling promo Jeopardy needs. They need the contestants saying shit like that to each other. And guys, man, what a fantastic episode of Game That Tune Jeopardy we've got coming for you guys. For those that don't remember, we've done this once before, and I think it was a pretty fun episode. So I decided to bring it back. And I tried to think of a way to, really make it specific to Johnny and Jessie and their failures. It took a lot of research, a lot of number crunching, a lot of thinking, and I scoured the history of Game That Tune, fellas, and I came across several instances. I told you guys last week to think on your sins, think on your failures on this show, because tonight we have a Jeopardy game centered around episodes of Game That Tune in which Johnny and Jessie both scored 0 points.
Ooh, okay. That's a pretty wide range on my part.
Exactly. Well, no, see, that's the thing. It's only specifically episodes where both of you scored 0 points. That has happened less often than you think. Yes. There have been plenty of episodes where one or more of us scores 0 points, but so few episodes specifically in which Johnny and Jessie both strike out completely, leaving me and David to compete for the bonus tunes and the bragging rights. So we've got 5 fantastic categories on tonight's show. Those categories, of course. Sorry, I should have my soundboard up for this. Those categories, of course: handheld handfills, legendary failures, maybe call it a comeback. 0 is the magic number. Talking about your scores. And with fans like these, talking about fantastic fan requests that no one is able to guess correctly. So,
I'm sorry, John. I don't mean to interrupt. I just want to check because I heard you call my name. Do you need me for this segment, or?
David, that's the only issue with this episode is that I didn't come up with a thing for you to do. So
okay, no, that's fine. Like I said, I was just checking.
He could turn the letters around, right?
He could, or he could just be the Statler and Waldorf all rolled into one.
Oh my God! Can you just
heckling you guys for your inability to get these answers right?
Oh my God! I want to hear Statler and Wardrobe so bad.
Yeah. So David,
I'm sorry. Give me a moment. I dropped my bookmark.
Okay. Well,
I just want to hear him do that.
The most recent loser of an episode of Game That Tune gets control of the board. So Jessie, the board is yours. Where are we going?
Let's go with fans like these for 500.
Why are we doing that?
Because
he's
we're
feeling
playing
bold.
Jeopardy. Fuck.
It's just every time somehow you guys
Tell me that's where the daily double is.
You guys never build up to things. Because hold on, let me just check my notes.
We cool down.
Yeah, no. So no, that's not the daily double space. That's the tornado Tunyon space. You will, of course, recall that the tornado Tunyon space means that you can answer this question as many times. Whoever gets the correct answer first while the song is playing can score the 500 points. So both of you have your pads ready. Oh, and I should also, I'll get back to the other rules after this. So yeah, with fans like these for 500, guys, get ready to write and listen. This game is the first game in the series to be released on a home console and the first to receive a PEGI rating of 7 for violence in Europe. Johnny, let's hear those tunes.
Baby, I'm a broken man, I'm just a shattering star. Baby, try to find my way as the lonely shadow swarm. Whoa, 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 I'm just a man missing you. Please understand, without you, I'm dying. No, no one will know how I bear my pain alone. In the end, I choose my solitude. No, I can't go back to my days of innocence. Can't go back, there is no return. The cycle of seasons is fast as by, and I cannot wonder, I wonder just where you are now. I hear from everyone that you are different and that you are yet more beautiful than before. Whoa, whoa, if you say that you are happier now and that's just the way you feel about everything now, well then I guess this is the way that it is.
Last chance, guys.
Oh,
This is why you don't start with 500.
yeah.
Why? We wouldn't have got it either way.
You might have gotten, in groove, man. You guys got to hit your stride. Johnny's final guess is Virtua Racer. He's sadly incorrect. Jesse, any further guesses?
None.
Jesse has no more guesses. Guys, of course, this is Rhythm Heaven Fever for the Wii.
Come on, that was obvious.
Yeah. Thanks, David.
Well, you play.
Requested all the way back in episode 75 by Dire Hunt Crow. Just a fantastic request. One that I don't know. I thought maybe you guys would be familiar with. I guess David's the more of the Rhythm Heaven player in the group, not so much Johnny.
Apparently,
Which says a lot when I'm the Rhythm Heaven player because I have no rhythm whatsoever.
Oh well, I don't think that rhythm games require any true rhythm. It's just a willingness to play the games.
I'm pretty sure rhythm games do require rhythm. It's in the title of the genre.
They're pretty forgiving, David. They really are.
not the really hard ones.
I would like to see
guess.
them make a Rhythm Hell game. Like Rhythm
Yes.
Heaven sounds pretty nice.
That would be, I think that's kind of implied in most rhythm games, is that you're going to rhythm hell. So for this one to be rhythm heaven, that's how this one goes against the grain. But anyway,
Rhythm heaven
I
is when you
imagine-
finally get to sit down.
yes.
I imagine a Rhythm Hell game is basically the Rhythm Heaven mini games, but like the DDR 30 arrows on a screen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been to Rhythm Hell. It was there at MagFest when the guy was doing DDR across 2 things and also playing a fiddle.
Yeah, what the fuck, that guy?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he won the fiddle from the devil. I'm just saying. Good job, both of you guys. That is to say, bad job. So Johnny has taken control of the board because Jessie chose that one. So Johnny, where are we going?
I'm gonna go with handheld handfuls for 100, please.
Handheld handfuls for 100, despite being released on Game Boy. This game uses a naming convention normally reserved for releases on Nintendo's 16-bit home console.
If either of you get this wrong, I swear.
Yeah. Okay, guys, let's see it. And at this time, I would like to remind everybody of the rules of Game That Tune Jeopardy. Of course, correct answers get you the points. Incorrect answers lose you the points. No answer loses you the points. And a drawing of a penis is the only way to answer and not lose points if you don't know something. Johnny and Jessie both say Super Hunchback, and they are both correct.
So wait, should we be at negative 400 then? Because we both got the Tornado Tunyon wrong.
No, that was a special space. No,
Okay.
no points at stake for all those incorrect guesses.
Johnny, haven't you ever watched Jeopardy? Don't you know that when they get the Tornado Tunyon space, nobody loses points?
Try to keep up. God, Alex Trebek is spinning in his grave, almost like he's under the influence of one Tornado Tunyon. But yeah,
Too soon?
no, man, it was too
Okay.
soon for Tornado Tunyon to rob that grave. So yeah, Super Hunchback. I'm glad that now this is an obvious pick for all of us because back when we featured it on the show, only I knew it because of the Game That Tune Gems connection. And man, what a game! This game just indelible classic.
Only you knew it because of the Gems connection, because otherwise, this is an utterly baffling game.
Yes, it's a baffling, non-existent game. That's kind of why I love Game That Tune Gems. This is a good chance to plug patreon.com/Game That Tune, the home for awesome exclusives, including Game That Tune Gems, where we listen to music from 30, 20, and 10 years ago, including the music of the Game Boy classic Super Hunchback. Check out patreon.com/Game That Tune for all kinds of fun exclusives. David, have you played Super Hunchback since we used it several episodes ago?
No. This
Dang.
game continues to boggle my mind.
Yes, as it should. And even if you do play it, I would like to think that it would still boggle your mind. So, Johnny, you maintain control of the board. Where are we going?
Handheld 200, please.
Handheld handfuls for 200. This game's in-game currencies include lapis and summon tickets. right, guys. Who's feeling great?
Me.
All right. So, Johnny and Jessie both say Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, and they are both correct. Guys, great job. Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, of course, the mobile Final Fantasy game, in which you spend lapis and earn summon tickets and get to summon characters from previous Final Fantasy games to fight alongside those iconic characters, Rain and Laswell. What a group of fantastic, iconic Final Fantasy characters there in Brave Exvius. Could one argue that this, however, is the most the highest selling game in the Final Fantasy series? Is that an argument that people like to make for things like mobile games?
Is it?
Do they sell mobile games?
That's the thing. I don't think they do. I mean, or I don't think they sell this one. They do
Maybe
sell
most downloads.
Yeah, I think he said, this has been downloaded by like 50 million people or something as of a certain time, and I'm like, that's got to be easily the most played Final Fantasy game. Even like successes of 7 aside, like I don't think anybody bought 50 million copies of it.
Can you summon Dr. Tot yet?
See, I need to go through the list of characters that are able to be summoned, because no, I don't think so. I think it's a lot of characters from the developer's previous game. Like, there's a lot of crossovers in this game. It feels odd to me that you can summon Katy Perry and Ariana Grande, but you can't summon Dr. Tot. It doesn't feel right.
Yeah, no, they will not get a single red cent from me until you can summon Dr. Tot.
Not one nickel of lapis from Johnny until you fucking put Dr. Tot in the game. I would think that they should put like every named character from Final Fantasy in the game, and then you can worry about the Ariana Grande and the Katy Perrys of it all. But I guess I'm not the one marketing the mobile game. I always try to go after that hardcore Dr. Tot audience.
Now, do you think they had like a tie-in where it's like, I spent some gil and I liked it, for the Final Fantasy situation?
Think they should have. Yeah. I doubt they did, but I really think they should have. That's though I don't think that's the currency in this game, man.
It should be though, because the Final Fantasy money is gil all the time.
But this game has
all the time.
Jesse, that's a million gil idea.
I thank you, Johnny.
I think that Ariana Grande should appear in this game and perform a lapis dance that earns you extra lapis just by
pretty good
by using the move. Like it's like Payday by Meowth.
I'm just confused because I dropped off the Final Fantasy games post 6. Is Katy Perry not in Final Fantasy 15?
I'll have to check on that. Yeah. See, they initially had her in there, and then I think they kind of retooled the character a little bit, and it ended up becoming Ignis.
Well, there's also like Coleman and like Cup Noodle and all these other brands.
There is a lot of branding in Final Fantasy 15. It's very weird.
Because I remember seeing Katy Perry with pink hair and a bra that shot whipped cream, and I just assumed that was a Final Fantasy character.
No, that's Final Fantasy 13.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, maybe she's in 13, not 15. I was gonna say maybe she's the woman at the gas station, but no, I don't remember the whipped cream bra.
No, that's Ariana Grande.
Yeah. So anyway, moving on. Johnny maintains control of the board. Johnny, where are we going next?
Handheld 300.
Handheld handfuls for 300. This game's North American packaging promises, quote, mirth, merriment, and mega fun. right, guys. Feeling good on that one, I assume. Full of mirth and merriment, if not mega fun.
More like mega dick.
Oh, okay. Johnny drew a dick, and Jessie says Shrek. Sadly, both of those are incorrect. However, only Jessie loses the points. This is, of course, Land of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse for the Sega Game Gear.
Oh.
Johnny, shame on you. This was your this was one of the games that you selected for the episode that I pulled these from.
Yeah.
You know, you probably should have known that music, given that you spent so much time playing in the Land of Illusion with Mickey Mouse.
And so much time listening to the music before the show.
Right, you totally did, right? And that there was the alliterative trivia there, the alliterative packaging that maybe would be a slight clue if you had been paying attention, because Mickey Mouse, mirth, merriment, and mega fun. Those are his catchphrases, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, famously in Steamboat Willie, the very first thing he said was like, let's have some mirth, merriment, and mega fun. And then he led like a whole church thing. It was a pretty weird, short.
A whole church thing?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, see, Mickey was part of the whole, what do they call it? New Thought that started permeating the U.S. in the late 1800s. He, basically Walt latched onto that. And so that was the whole Steamboat Willie was Mickey Mouse leading a whole Pentecostal style church.
I can sense David getting more and more upset as you continue talking.
Johnny, as I think the only person as part of our podcast that has read a biography on Walt Disney, I don't know where to begin telling you that you're wrong. Also, I love the fact that you're talking about Mickey Mouse's quotes in Steamboat Willie being mirth, merriment, and mega fun, when I'm pretty sure the only thing he said was, oh me, oh my. Like,
The original script, however, did mention mirth and merriment and mega fun. They just had they cut it down for budget reasons, I'm sure.
I'm glad I'm not participating because I'm so upset right now.
Well, man, so Johnny, with his penis, still maintains control of the board, so he gets to pick the next category.
Handheld 400.
Handheld handfuls for 400. This game is notable for its use of tabletop elements such as dice rolls and character models resembling miniatures with their feet affixed to a wide base. All right, guys, everybody's feeling raucous and rowdy after that one. Johnny has drawn a rocket ship taking off from a dick-shaped platform, and Jessie has written the correct answer. Of course, this is Crimson Shroud. Might be for the 3DS, not the DS. I can't remember. I typoed that on the screen. Jessie, this is Crimson Shroud. Is it for the 3DS or the DS?
3DS, because
Okay.
part of the game was like you could see the models in 3D and it looked kind of cool.
Of course. Yes.
You can do 3D on the DS.
What?
I mean, admittedly, it was shitty 3D because it was like N64 polygonal graphics, but
Oh, you mean just 3D models? You don't mean the 3D depth slider effect that the 3DS had? I'm like, David, I'm sorry, you're going mad.
oh, you meant okay. I apologize.
3D.
I'm sorry.
I was really worried for a second.
I thought you were very ill.
David,
Why did they even make this 3DS? You could already do 3D on the DS.
David, you really got to go see an optometrist if you're seeing 3D games on your DS.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. My eyes are just fine. I've been playing my Virtual Boy all day long.
Oh no.
That explains it. That's sorry, David. The thing you get from playing a Virtual Boy, it's not a Crimson Shroud. It's called cataracts. Jesus.
I think sometimes.
Yeah. It's a red colored cataract for playing Virtual Boy. So yeah, Crimson Shroud, some sort of a RPG game that Jessie brought on the show a while back. So good job, Jessie, getting your own game right. You are better than that better than Johnny in that regard to this game.
I'm sorry, I thought the theme was games that both Jessie and Johnny got 0 points on. How did Jessie get 0 points on his own game?
No, it was shows.
Games
in
from
which-
episodes in which
Oh, okay.
Jessie and Johnny both scored 0 points. So yes, there are some scoring opportunities peppered throughout the episode. Should you guys be able to remember your own music?
I guess
Which I'm not
technically,
really counting on in Johnny's
I
case.
wouldn't be able to score a point on my own game also.
yeah, technically you always get 0 on your game.
You do.
Oh, I'm sorry that we're bringing technicalities into it.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is very technical stuff.
on my scoring spreadsheet, you score the dreaded P by picking your own game.
Oh,
Normally, I score the dreaded P about game 2 or 3.
They called David the dreaded P. So, Jessie, congratulations, you got that one correct. So you get control of the board.
all right. Let's see. You're tricking me, but I'm going to do it. Let's just finish off handheld handfuls.
For
500.
500. This game is considered more forgiving than other roguelikes, as the player only loses the items and currency on hand when they get a game over, and even that can be avoided by equipping a certain talisman. All right, guys. Who is feeling great about handheld handfuls for 500? Johnny has just added more and more to that penis. I think it's still a penis on screen. Jesse has drawn a penis. He avoids losing any points. Guys, of course, this game is Izuna Legend of the Unemployed Ninja for the Nintendo DS.
Come
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Oh,
Right? Remember that Unemployed Ninja?
her resume hasn't gone through yet, so I haven't seen it.
You're still waiting on her to pass that background check and the piss test?
Yeah, we're concerned
Yeah.
about this gap. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the resume went through. We just haven't heard back from the references yet.
Right. Yeah. They sound a lot like Izuna, but doing a different accent whenever we call. I'm starting to think maybe this woman doesn't have the qualifications we thought.
It's weird. We called and asked for the supervisor, and they responded, "Ugh."
If I may offer a brief side story from my day today working in HR, we got an unusual email. I'm not divulging anybody's information by saying this. We got an email from our piss test company saying that we needed to contact one of our applicants as soon as possible and tell them to call the piss testing company because there was an issue with their test. I'm like, I'm sorry, can you guys not call her? Like, I don't want to freak this poor person out. Like,
Why do we have to be the mediator here?
yeah, exactly. Just pick up the fucking phone. I don't want to call
Yeah,
this
that's
person.
That's
Hey,
the whole point of not doing your own piss testing.
exactly. If I wanted to call somebody about their piss, I would collect the piss and test it myself.
Yeah.
Like,
Can you just imagine, like, yes, hello, is this John Doe? Please call Pisco at this number because they really need to speak to you.
if you
Why? I don't know.
phone, period. If you pick up the phone from a number that you don't know, that's crazy enough. And then you get me on the phone saying there's a problem with your piss.
How do you know?
You gonna want the job after that? Like,
I just called you to tell you that there's something wrong with your piss.
Real
I'm
bad.
sorry. How much am I going to get charged for this?
Listen, I'm sorry for calling you so late, okay, but I've been sampling everybody's piss, and I just had to tell you that there's something wrong with yours.
mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be
But I
this color.
cannot elaborate beyond that.
You really
That's
Gotta-
the funniest part is that we get this email from the piss company saying there's an issue with this piss. Call this person. I'm like, what do you?
What
How
kind
do
of
I tell them
issue?
if they have any questions? They're bound to come up.
Yeah, like what kind of issue? Is
Yeah.
it like a medical thing, or
Oh,
should
no,
I
you're
be
gonna have to call
worried?
a piss
I don't know.
turns out
Yeah.
you're not supposed to eat asparagus right
It,
before a
it
piss
tastes
test.
weird. I don't
Right.
know.
Hello, this is the piss company. We're calling to let you know you are definitely on PCP at this very
Yeah.
moment. Like, what? I was
Oh.
just peeling off all my flesh.
By the way, can we start a pee testing company called the Piss Company?
Johnny, get the website. While Jesse maintains control of the board. Jesse, where are we going?
Let's go with maybe call it a comeback for 300.
Maybe call it a comeback for 300. My goodness, Jesse, you are very good at sussing out these special spaces. That is Akuma's space. Jesse, on maybe call to comeback for 300, the Akuma space means, of course, that you can accept this question and take it on yourself for 300 points, or you can challenge Johnny to have to answer it for double the points or double the losses. No penises are in play on this space. Do you want the space to yourself, or do you want to challenge Johnny?
Give it to Johnny.
Johnny, this is your now 600 point question. Maybe call to comeback. This game's subtitle is a reference to the 12 years between this game's release and the previous game in the series.
I don't think this game has a subtitle, but Kingdom Hearts 3.
Johnny says Kingdom Hearts 3. He answers with utmost confidence. That game does not have a subtitle.
Yeah,
Johnny,
three decades is how long it took to come out.
sadly incorrect. Johnny loses 300 points because the correct answer, Jesse, you appeared to know it. Do you know the answer?
It's that Crash Bandicoot game. It's about time or something.
Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time.
We all remember Kingdom Hearts :3.
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts 3 : man, I can't believe this fucking game is actually coming out. But yeah, Crash Bandicoot, the much more succinct. It's about time. I almost went with the trivia. This game apparently has the most crates out of any game Bandicoot series. They've got something like 20,000 crates in this game. It's just it seems like excessive number of crates.
I realize that's like one of their collectibles from the series and all, but that's just a weird sentence to like say this game has the most crates. We
got mad crates. Telling
Mario Kart 8?
Yeah, we've been blessed by these crates.
I just imagine the box art with a little sticker that says, now with more crates.
Yeah.
Featuring crates and
Mega
Dante
crates
from Devil May Cry.
Mm-hmm. What's that fucking box-based puzzle game for the Game Boy?
Box Boy?
Tetris?
Yes, exactly. Box Boy. Now with more crates. Crate Boy. So
honestly, I would not be surprised if like Box Boy 4 came out with the tagline "Now with more boxes."
I mean, they should. That's it's just marketing 101 for Box Boy. So anyway, that's gonna do it for Akuma's Space. Sorry, Johnny, to see you lose out on those points. And before Jesse susses out another special space, of course, it's time to take our first commercial break. Wait, no, not that one. I really should have prepared a fake commercial for this, but
This episode brought to you by Patreon. Thank you to our Patreon super fan tier backers. You can become one by visiting patreon.com/GameThatTune.
Also sponsored today is Crates.
Yeah. Break them. There's thousands of them in Crash Bandicoot 4. All right, we're back. John Regan is a computer programmer from Baltimore, Maryland. Johnny, speaking to your computer programming, you've recently been updating a lot of features there on radio.gamethattune.com. You want to tell everybody about the new things that we have going on over there on the radio?
Oh, yeah, we got a ton of new things now. It's all blur, man. I'm always working on it. What's new? Let's see here.
We've banned Nazis.
Oh, well, we got rid of banned music in general.
All music. We have the run the queue or run the game and mega queue commands.
That's true.
Johnny, tell me about it because I got to get my dog off the couch.
So yeah, we've got new run the game and mega queue commands where an admin can specifically queue up a bunch of music for one game or a bunch of music matching any kind of search, and then turn on game GTT mode where you can play Game That Tune at home on the radio. The radio will prompt you to guess the upcoming song title or game title, and you get points for guessing it. And so, yeah, we've got new options for doing GTT games over on GTT Radio at gtt.rocks.
Hell yeah. It's a lot of fun stuff going on over there. Radio.gamethattune.com, gtt.rocks. Jesse is from Jacksonville, Florida, and Jesse, of course, is the Game Pass king of Game That Tune. Jesse, what have you been playing lately on that fantastic service, Game Pass?
Well, actually, I haven't had Game Pass for the last couple of months.
Oh, shit.
Kind of broke, but we should be able to turn it back on fairly soon.
Yep. We'll turn it back on even sooner if people go to patreon.com/GameThatTune. It's the home for awesome exclusives, and you get to pay for Jesse's Game Pass. That's how you move people towards Patreon people.
We probably shouldn't advertise it that specific way, but
honestly, I'll add a tier if it gets people signing up and it gets Jesse his Game Pass service back. I'll make it a specific reward. One person can claim the Jesse Sugar Daddy Game Pass fucking tier.
How much is Game Pass per month? Because
it's like like $15. I think.
All right, so yeah, make like a $16 tier. Make one person can get it. That's the Game Pass. I guess the Jesse's Game Pass tier.
Okay, well, if we're gonna add like host-specific tiers, we should have a Jesse Sugar Daddy Game Pass tier, and then also like a David Lou drawing tier. Like, I'll draw anything that you want if you pay me so much per month.
Yo, but that's the thing, man. You just give that away for free. So,
Yeah, well, I know. I gotta stop doing that.
Yeah.
That last one you drew was really fucking good with the penetration.
I'm not gonna tell you
it was fucking like that was one of the best drawings I've ever seen you do, and you draw some really good stuff.
Thank you, Jesse. I appreciate that. And real talk, I kind of needed to hear that tonight.
Fantastic, fantastic. So, David, you're not participating in the show.
I'm not. No.
I guess
I'm sorry. Let me grab my book.
There's not really any question for you during this break where we meet the contestants. So yeah, David, you just keep quiet and sit there enjoying your book. I believe Jessie still has control of the board.
Let's go with maybe call it a comeback for 200.
Maybe call it a comeback for 200. The main characters of this game are Max Force and Hitman on a mission to apprehend Mr. Big. All right, guys. I assume you're feeling the maximum force and feeling the hits, man.
Yeah.
Ooh, Johnny and Jesse both say narc, and they are both correct.
Easy.
Yes, congratulations, guys. Narc, of course, the arcade game, in which
Narcade.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have Johnny with his regular soundboard queued up.
Oh no, we do. I'm just incompetent.
Quick, somebody clip that.
So, Johnny, you're the person that selected Narc for the episode in which we used that game. Would you say it's accurate that you were attempting to apprehend anyone in this game?
I don't know. Like, I remember, all I remember really about this game was that, because I think I played the NES version on the show, and the whole thing that I thought was fascinating about this game was how they try to remove all the drug references as they brought it to NES.
Yeah.
And the whole concept of a narc is that you're narking people out on their drugs. Like,
yep.
So how do you do that?
Yeah, by killing them.
Yeah.
Mostly, yeah. Yeah, this game, no, it's seriously, the character's name is Max Force. He's killing drug dealers left and right, Johnny. There's very little apprehending in this game. I think that, yeah, technically probably with the ending you do apprehend the main villain, Mr. Big. Now, also, question, Johnny, is the Mr. Big in this game the same drug dealing Mr. Big from Michael Jackson's Moonwalker?
Absolutely not.
No?
At no point does he walk onto the screen and yell, "You haha, you'll never catch me," and make you fight a bunch of guys by dancing them to death. Nope, that never happens in this one. So far inferior version of Mr. Big.
Yeah.
It was the immediateness of that answer. Like, is this the same? Absolutely not.
No.
No, I will not be doing a bit. There's no similarities. I don't appreciate this being brought up. Now, Johnny, is this character in Narc, since you're the one that selected and played this game originally, is it similar to the character from Sex and the City?
You know what? They might be, actually, yeah. Because in the new Sex and the City reboot, his character died of a massive heart attack on a Peloton. And I believe that if you were a big time drug dealer doing coke all the time, yes, you would probably have a heart attack the moment you get on a Peloton.
That's true. Yeah, you really shouldn't do coke and then Peloton. That's it's right there on the Peloton in the mornings. Yeah. Well, we figure out exactly which Mr. Big this is. Good job, both of you guys. Jessie maintains control of the board. Jessie, where are we going?
Let's see. Maybe call it a comeback for 500.
Maybe call it a comeback for 500. The game's protagonist is named Taro Nintin in promotional materials for the Nintendo Switch version of this game. All right, were you guys able to figure out what game this is?
Yeah.
Oh, this mystery was indeed solved. This is Famicom Detective Club.
Thank you.
I'm back on the board.
Johnny's back in the positives, baby. Famicom Detective Club, the girl who stands behind. That music, of course, was from that Switch version. What a game.
You mean that wasn't from the Famicom?
I mean, it's difficult to tell the difference sometimes. Am I right, David?
Well, the Famicom could have like the cartridges with the different like switches and stuff in them, like the remember Castlevania 3 in Japan like sounds way fucking. It sounds like that game pretty much.
Yeah. And like a gimmick.
The expansion audio, with in Castlevania 3 had the VRC6 sound chip in it.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Kid Icarus on the Famicom sounds much better than Kid Icarus on the NES.
That's because Kid Icarus on the NES doesn't sound very good.
Take.
But, yeah, that's just my take. Yes, Famicom Detective Club. David, you have played this game?
For the purposes of this episode, yes, I have.
Okay. I only asked because you are, of course, the person that selected it for the episode in which I pulled these categories from.
I was, and
I couldn't remember if you had actually played it.
I was, and if I recall, this was the episode about, like, I think specifically about comebacks.
He's figuring out the category titles, people.
Well, I mean, like, you can pull games that were comebacks from multiple episodes, but I believe we specifically had an episode about comebacks, and yeah, I think this is the game that I pulled for that particular episode.
He's right. Man, David, you're good at this game.
Yeah, I am, and I gotta be honest, I'm looking at the scores, and I'm kind of disappointed. Like, I expected more out of y'all. Like, come on, some of these games were really easy to guess, and, like, Johnny, I don't care how many middle fingers you give me. You know what? Like, fuck it. Let me show you how it's done. I'm in this game. John, I don't know if you can add a score thing to it, but I'm going to compete now. I'm tired of sitting by the sidelines.
David, can I ever add another player to this game?
What?
This is very absurd.
David is in the game. Now the game has changed. David, if you win this game, Johnny and Jessie are both eliminated from August.
What?
How absurd!
Oh,
I fully agree. So, guys, you're going to really have to step your game up here in the back half of the game because David's coming for you. And when I say coming, I'm talking about that massive penis. So, David, by inserting himself into the game, does not gain control of the board. Jessie still has control of the board. Jessie, where are we going?
Oh, thank God.
Let's go with 0 is the magic number for 300.
0 is the magic number, 300. This Cute 'em Up features 3 difficulty settings: breezy, bumpy, and rough.
So do I.
Man, what a game we got here. David's looking confident with that answer, baby. Let's see it. Johnny says Magical Chase. Jessie says Magical Chase. David says Fantasy Zone. Johnny and Jessie are both correct. Magical Chase for the TurboGrafx 16. What a game it is.
Does someone want to point out real quick how fervently David joined and was quickly dispatched?
I mean, yeah.
I'm sorry, you seem to be under the understanding that I will lose my position, which is not the case. So
Yeah, no,
I can guess whatever I want.
I was going to say, I
That's
guess we can make it clear David's position in August Absurdity is not on the line.
Well, no, of course I didn't think
Yeah.
it was, but
Yeah, David, he also does not get eliminated for getting only one answer incorrect. There's still a lot of game left to play. But yes, David, shame on you for not knowing Magical Chase for the TurboGrafx 16. Of course, adorable cute 'em up. Jessie, I believe you play as a tiny little witch girl in this game.
yeah, it's really cute. She
Yeah.
flies around on a broom and fight like big jack-o'-lanterns and other silly things. It's real
Yeah.
cute.
It's dope. Gotta love it. We all played it on our TurboGrafx 16. There's just so much to say. Magical Chase. Jessie, which difficulty do you prefer to play it at? Breeze? I did misspeak. It's not breezy. It's breeze,
Yeah,
bumpy, and rough. What's your preference there?
I probably start with bumpy,
Mhm.
and then if it gets too hard, I'll go to breeze.
That's the way to do it, man. I like any game that uses the words bumpy.
Yeah, it's good.
It's just a good word, good descriptor. It needs to be in more things, especially as a way of describing the difficulty of a game. Like, are we going to call it hard? Are we going to call it medium? No, but the game's going to be a little bumpy. It's going to be good. So
I would like to
bumpy
see-
like a hideous pumpkin monster.
I like to see more games adopt like a dick-based rating system. You got flaccid, you got hard, you got bumpy.
Yes,
Bumpy.
yeah.
I
doctor.
prefer to play on ribs for her pleasure.
Right. Yeah, I play on has a wart on it, and you can feel it.
Mine is just keeps coming.
I prefer to play on, oh God, please visit a doctor.
Yeah, exactly. Erection lasting longer than 4 hours.
This is the P
Where did
company.
it go?
Yeah.
This
A
is the
boner
piss-
you can hunt with.
This is the piss company. Please calls back.
Yes.
Ants coming out.
As opposed to Johnny's preferred selection. Is it in?
Oh,
Hot take.
damn! Just for the audacity of insinuating Johnny has a small penis, David has commandeered control of the board. David, where
What?
You know, I'm very intrigued by this category. I'm going to choose legendary failures for 100.
Legendary failures for 100 points. This game's Switch release included a unique unlockable cape, sword, and gun, none of which are considered part of this game's canon. Feel free to fade this one halfway through.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
God, why is the Jeopardy board going to bangbros.com?
Can't minimize it either.
It won't stop.
God, I should go to a porno site right now.
Oh no, World Twitch. I hate this.
All right, guys. I assume everybody's feeling fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling energetic.
Just a
Charged
second.
Uh-oh. I'm seeing dicks. Johnny says dicks. Jessie has a dick with a custom sword and cape and a gun. And David, God, tell me you're pulling out your dick.
That's why it took me so long.
Yeah.
Who needs a porno site?
Yeah. And David says unsighted. Sadly, incorrect. David's the only one that loses points. This is, of course, Light Drifter. Man, yeah, Hyper Light Drifter. Guys, remember that game? That game that hold on, let me check my notes. David chose for the episode that I pulled these games from.
Well, the thing is, this game has like a very intense cyberpunk soundtrack, similar to Jessie. Shut up! You're making me laugh. Similar to Unsighted, which Jessie selected. And also,
yeah, I was gonna be mad if it was, since I was like, that doesn't sound like that game.
Yeah.
And also, I have a spot on the next episode, so what the fuck does it matter what points I have or not?
Put it all out there, baby. I'm glad you jumped in on this one. So yeah, Hyper Light Drifter, game in which you wear a cape and use a cool laser sword and shoot stuff with a gun. I'm guessing then, David, that you didn't play it yet.
It's on my wish list.
Yes. Johnny, you have you yet played Hyper Light Drifter? You in?
I've never heard of this game in my life.
Really?
That is a lie because it was already brought up on the show.
Mere months ago, this game was discussed for several minutes on an episode of Game That Tune, but okay, it's fine, Johnny. If you
That
want to
makes me think that
how little
that
you
makes me think that I said this is Hyper Light Drifter and you checked out at height. Like, all right, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah. Somebody say something about some highlight? No. But yeah, cool game, cool art style, cool, kind of vibe. I like I like how moody and oppressive the soundtrack is. Anyway, yeah, let's just move on. David, you've sacrificed your right to the board. It's back to Jessie. Jessie, where are we going?
Let's go to with fans like these for 200.
With fans like these for 200. The on-screen control instructions will change depending on what system this game is played on, including unique graphics for the Game Boy, Super Game Boy, and Game Boy Color. All right. Everybody's feeling good about this game?
God, I know this tune, but
I know.
I will be in just a moment.
Mm-hmm. Driving a little crazy, huh?
I cannot place this. Plus, why would the control instructions change for Game Boy Color? It has the same buttons as a Game Boy.
Well, the on-screen depiction of the yeah, they look differently. It's really a kind of cool feature. Johnny's got touching penises. Very touching, very sad, very wrong. Jessie has drawn 3 different illustrations of a penis on various Game Boy systems. Still incorrect. And David says Game & Watch Gallery 2. David is, of course, in this instance, correct. Game & Watch Gallery 2 for the Game Boy Color. a game in which you can play various Game & Watch games, and also if you play it on different systems, the little instructions that show up on your screen telling you what each thing does, the bottom half of the screen will be shaped like an original brick Game Boy or a Game Boy Color or a Super Nintendo controller. I don't know how or why they programmed that to happen, but I think it's very fun and clever.
That's
I
pretty
mean,
cool.
they did that with the Game & Watch Gallery games. Like, they could have just had the original, like, Game & Watch graphics, but instead they had versions with weird Mario versions. And,
Yes.
like, I don't know why they decided to upgrade the sprites, but not the animations, because it's, like, still Mario chucking balls in 4 frames, and that's it. But you know what? More props to them.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. I think it's a nice little update of the Game & Watch games. I think there were like Yoshis and stuff in this one. You know, maybe Peach got in the action. I don't have in front of me the mini games of Game & Watch Gallery 2, but
I feel like it was Game & Watch Gallery 4, which I think was on the GBA, where you could like do the boxing game where you're beating up Waluigi.
right. That's God,
Oh,
a
God,
dream game
that's
there.
a lot of dreams right there. Yeah. So have they like? Why don't they take Game Watch mini games and integrate them into like a Mario Party style game? Where instead of Mario
They
Party
do.
mini
It's
games,
just called Mario Party.
right.
Right.
But with the Game Watch games like Octopus Catch, or whatever that one was, or the saving people from a burning building.
I would imagine they're just difficult to implement on a 4-player scale. I don't know. Like they could just do it where the screen splits in 4 and everybody plays their own individual game and watches to see who can, win the games. But I don't know. You'd have to either adapt the game to be a 4-player game or just have people competing head to head in classic little Game & Watch games. Both are honestly good options.
Yeah, no, it could be just like try to catch most sausages. Done.
Yeah,
That does kind of feel like a
maybe.
that does kind of feel like a cool 3v1 Mario Party game where it's just like one person is the octopus and
Right.
the other 3 are like trying to steal treasure.
No, that is a good idea. One player always gets to be the one doing things. Like if you're parachute, you're pressing the button to throw the different little things at various lengths, and the other guys have to catch them. That kind of thing. I did pull it up. The list of games in this is Parachute, Helmet, Chef, Vermin, Donkey Kong, and Ball. What a game. Ball.
I'm sorry,
like
John.
the
What was that
sequel.
last game?
It was Ball.
Yeah, like the Cinderella ballroom dancing simulator, right?
Not
Yes,
exactly.
John. Exactly.
It's a juggling simulator. It's even less cool than the thing you said. So, great job, David, getting it correct. David has received control of the board. David, where are we going?
Okay, I was waiting for to see the board. I'm gonna go with 0 is the magic number for 400.
0 is the magic number for 400. This game's Japanese title translates to Discovering the Meaning of Life RPG. All right, guys. Did you discover the meaning of life in guessing this game?
No, I did not.
We'll see some answers. Whoa! Johnny drew a lot of penises. Sadly, that's not correct. David has also drawn a penis, sadly incorrect. And Jessie says Tales of Abyss. I'll take it. It's Tales of the Abyss for the PlayStation 2. Jessie jumping out to a commanding lead. Fantastic job, Jessie. Jessie, were you aware that the Tales games have completely different and crazy, like, I don't know, just kind of unusual titles in Japan?
I had no idea until this moment. I thought they were just always Tales.
That's what they're called here in America. Would you like me to do a rundown of the Tales games and what their titles are in Japan?
I would
Please
love
do.
Lightning round.
Listen, I came so close to programming a lightning round, but we were already doing a Jeopardy game, and it just felt like I had on a hat.
That's our specialty.
Yeah, it's Hatris, the Hatris space. But no, so Tales of the Abyss is part of the Tales series, and in the Tales games, they have a quote characteristic genre, a label that labels the games as role-playing games and illustrates a particular plot theme or noteworthy aspect of the games. So I'll just run down this list real quick. Tales of Fantasia, or as it's called in Japan, Legendary RPG. Tales of Destiny, RPG known as Fate, or Fateful RPG. Tales of let's see, hold on, sorry, it's Tales of Fantasia Narikiri Dungeon X for the PSP, Facing the Truth RPG. Tales of Eternia, Eternity and Bonds RPG. Tales of Destiny 2, Liberating Fate RPG. Tales of Symphonia, Resonating with You RPG.
Facing the Truth sounds like a good subtitle for like a Phoenix Wright game.
Yes, that's a good one. Tales of Rebirth, Where You Will Be Reborn RPG. Tales of Legendia, Where Bonds Spin Legends RPG. Here's where they got kind of fun and out there. Tales of Commons, Walk Alongside a Changing World and Trusting Your Thoughts RPG.
Nope, never.
Tales of the Abyss, Discovering the Meaning of Life RPG. Tales of Warheight, Finding the Meaning of Living RPG. Tales of Tempest, To Awaken the Soul RPG. Tales of Innocence, Connecting Thoughts RPG. Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World, To Believe in the Resonating Hearts RPG. Tales of Vesperia, Enforcing One's Justice RPG. Tales of Hearts, A Meeting Between Hearts RPG. That one not very different. Tales of Hearts are A New Meeting Between Hearts RPG. Not so great. Tales of Graces, Discovering the Strength to Protect RPG. Tales of Exilia, RPG of Unwavering Conviction. That's dope. Tales of Exilia 2, Choices that Spin the Future RPG. Tales of Zestiria, Passion that Illuminates the World RPG. Tales of Berseria, RPG of Discovering Your Reason to Live. Tales of Arise, Telling the Dawn of the Heart RPG. And of course, Tales of Luminaria, 21 Ways of Life Intersecting RPG.
I'd like to say that typically Japan is, knocks stuff out of the park, has great ideas. But I think this time the United States can say that we're the clear winners here. We're just
I've always been down on the whole Tales of concept, but after just reading all those kind of somewhat literal game titles, I kind of think Tales is actually a somewhat graceful naming convention. I don't know.
So John, what was the title of that last one?
21 sorry, it was 21 something. 21
Pilots.
21 Ways of Life Intersecting RPG.
Okay, so that sounds like they were hoping to get that Pulp Fiction license, but didn't get it at the last minute.
I mean, can you imagine Pulp Fiction if it had 21 plots? Like, it's just too many plots.
Like you
That's
go to
so
your
many plots,
friends.
just so many butts.
You go to your friends. You're like, "Yo, I've been playing the Tales games. Oh, cool." Or, "Hey, I've been playing," and then they all walk away from you because you're saying a bunch of weird shit that they don't care about.
Hey, hold on, mate. I was waiting for our 21 lives to intersect. Oh, never mind.
Fuck.
But yeah, so Tales of the Abyss, PlayStation 2. A fantastic game, fantastic tunes from as it turns out, again, I rescind my criticism of this series naming convention. The names are better here in America. So the Tales games are better. Jesse's got control of the board. Jesse, where are we going?
Let's go to Legendary Failures for 300.
Legendary Failures for 300. In a Japanese commercial for this game, the main character is described as perhaps the weakest hero in RPG history. All right, guys. Are you feeling like the weakest characters in RPG history, or are you feeling strong on this one? Oh, man. David's got some kind of wizardly dick. He's sadly incorrect. Jesse's got somewhat regular dick. Sadly incorrect. And Johnny says Lost Kingdoms, which is correct.
I'm kind of confused how you would assume it was a wizardly dick, considering it had a sword and shield. Like, that's very unwizardly.
Listen, man, I got the whole screen minimized. I thought it was maybe like a pointy Gandalf hat or something.
Fair enough.
Maybe just leave off the finer details or send them in the chat later.
Yeah, everyone's very tiny on this game right now.
Yeah, man. The star of the game right now is the game board. And Lost Kingdoms, the legendary game. What a game that's Lost Kingdoms. Obviously I brought this as part of our homage episode to The Legend of Zelda, and then in talking about it realized it was a card battle game and removed it from the episode. But it's nice. This episode not only about Johnny and Jesse's redemption, it's about the redemption of Lost Kingdoms. And Katia, perhaps the weakest hero in RPG history. I was just, man, I'm just going to say ouch for Katia from Lost Kingdoms. What the fuck, man? Like,
what a weird advertising campaign there.
Yeah.
I mean, are they really the weakest hero in RPG history, considering there's a series of RPGs based upon the Dragon Quest slime? Like, I feel like an enemy with 4 hit points is maybe the weakest hero.
Well, but then you put them in a big tank shaped like themselves, and the game changes a little bit. Kind of like in Lost Kingdoms, how I'm assuming the pitch behind this was, this chick, she's kind of weak, but she can control all the magic cards, and therefore she is strong, which still remains a pretty fucked up way to market this game.
I was imagining how you could apply this tactic to other games, like Super Mario Brothers, perhaps the worst plumber in video game history.
But he does still go down the pipes, doesn't he? Trying to think okay, so take a character that has a unique trait and then neg them completely about everything but that unique trait. Like,
Link, he's
control cards and summon monsters into battle. It's like, yeah, but she's pretty weak. It's like, yeah, but she can control monsters in battle using cards. Okay.
He can run fast and he's blue, but most hedgehogs are slow and brown.
I take issue with your statement, Johnny, because Mario might be the worst plumber because he's busy saving an entire fucking kingdom. Cut the man some slack.
Okay, so listen, man. Your toilet's on the fritz. It's fucking clogged, and you've plunged it, and it's just not working. And you call a plumber, and he's like, "I'd love to get out to you today, but I gotta go save a princess." You would not be happy with that, I don't think. That's terrible.
I am calling the Better Business Bureau.
Okay, again, I just want to say, it's like, hey, I need you to come out to fix my sink. Oh, I really can't today. I'll have to get there tomorrow. I'm busy fighting a turtle dragon. Like you know what? Yeah. I'm gonna give that guy the benefit of the doubt.
That's concerning.
whatever the plumber version of being disbarred is, that's what's going to happen to that man.
Flush.
I believe it's displungered.
It's flushed.
Yeah. It's flushed.
Flushed away. I would like.
Mamma mia! I guess I'll be a doctor now.
Right as Mario's approaching Bowser, he gets a call from somebody who, the toilet's just overflowing with shit. It's like, hey, listen, I can't. I'm fighting a fucking mythical turtle monster in this castle. It's like, okay, well, can you recommend me somebody that will come out to my house and fix my toilet?
Mario.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna be real honest right now. I'm a little too busy to deal with your shit.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna cost you an arm and a leg.
It's funny that we bring this up because my landlord was just talking about trying to schedule a plumber to fix our shower pipes and whatnot. He's like, I can't get anybody for 2-3 weeks. Because they're all fighting turtle dragons.
That must be it.
I understand.
Mm-hmm. It's a thing in Chicago. A lot of Bowser attacks. It's people forget that after the big Chicago fire, they rebuilt the game using SimCity. So anyway,
well, I mean, what do you think caused the Chicago fire?
Exactly.
Bowser.
Yeah, Johnny has received control of the board for surprisingly getting a correct answer. Johnny, where are we going?
With fans like these for 100, please.
Fans like these for 100. With 5 re-releases, this game has been re-released more than any other game in this series. right, guys. Who's feeling great?
Oh, feeling very good.
Good. Wow, Johnny filled the card with penises this time. Jessie also drew a penis, and David drew a penis shredding on a flying V guitar. I almost want to give you guys all points, but I simply cannot, because this game is of course, Guilty Gear XX for the PlayStation 2. Guys, come on, those guitars. And when I say come on those guitars, I mean come on those guitars.
I'm working on it. It takes,
Give me a
takes
second.
a little
Looking
longer
right
than
at you,
used to.
Jesse. Don't break it.
I had beers,
break
man.
your
It's gonna take me a minute.
Yeah. I know this never happens to you. So Guilty Gear
Talk sexier, John.
obviously has been released it's had 5 re-releases. Those re-releases, of course, are Guilty Gear XX #reload, Guilty Gear XX / Guilty Gear XX Accent Core, Guilty Gear XX Accent Core Plus, and Guilty Gear XX Accent Core Plus R. People really like this game. Or
I'll give you
makers of the game really think people really like this game.
I'll give you a Guilty Gear XX Reload.
Accent Core Plus.
Give me like an hour.
Yeah. I can't
Let me
even
take a nap first.
I can't even get a hard on without an Accent Core Plus anymore. Anyway, it's Guilty Gear XX for the PS2. A fantastic fan request. I forgot I was supposed to be citing these fan requests, of course. This fantastic fan request came to us from a friend of the show, Pat Perkins at Heel Perkins on Twitter. Fantastic request from our boy Pat. He's been on the show before. He's great, and this game, it's great. It's wild ass Guilty Gear shit, and we're gonna have to kick it into high gear here to get this show in in the right amount of time. So let's see who gets control of the board. It's going back to Jessie.
Let's go with legendary failures for 200.
Legendary failures for 200. In the Genesis version of this game, the player is seeking to challenge the title character, while in the Sega CD version, you play as the title character. All right, we're gonna end this episode now. If anybody gets this one wrong, no, I'm not. I'm kidding. But let's see what you guys said. Yeah. Okay. Good. Oh no.
Oh shit! I fucked up.
Yeah, you did. So Jessie drew
Johnny, we haven't used that game.
penises for balls. He's wrong. Johnny says Bram Stoker's Dracula, which loses him points. And David has the correct answer. This is, of course, Minnesota Fats Pool Legend for the second.
This game still makes me mad.
What? Come on, man. This is one of the most legendary selections in the history of the show. Oh, God. Rack him up. He's a fucking legend, David. I don't know what your problem is.
I forgot this had a Sega CD version. I remember Genesis and Saturn. Or am
Yep,
I
nope.
mistaken?
It's Genesis and CD. It's
Ah.
not Sega. Because the Sega CD version is the same game as the Genesis, but with FMV cutscenes of Fats interacting with various pool hustlers
my
around the
God.
country.
Those must be great.
Oh, I mean, we really should just do them for movie night.
Yeah.
Just superb. These fucking cutscenes, and of course, I was devastated to learn the person in the Sega CD FMV cutscenes playing Minnesota Fats is
It's
not.
not Jackie Gleason.
No, it's not. It's not Rudolph Wanderone, the actual Minnesota Fats.
Well, who is it?
It's just some fucking guy. Yeah, they just hired some fucking, like they hired the old man from fucking Pawn Stars to come in and be an old fat guy and talk about hustling people in pool. And then they hired a bunch of the programmers of the game to dress like they play pool and decorate a room several times, and that was the game. It was
So it's like Animal Crossing?
I'm saying, like, I don't think their budget was very high on the Sega CD version of Minnesota Fats Pool Legend, so they just kind of, it's like, all right, yeah, this one room is our pool room, and we're gonna need to make it look like Las Vegas and this place and this, like, we're gonna have to rearrange this room and reshoot it several times. So everybody try to seem like this is a unique location. But Minnesota Fats Pool Legend, still a legend, still one of my prides for bringing this game on the show. Like, what a fucking pick. It's a hell of a game. Minnesota Fats, hell of a guy. Another thing I'm proud of, when I edited the Wikipedia page for this man, Rudolph Wanderone, aka Minnesota Fats, I looked at this man's Wikipedia page, and he was not called Fats nearly enough. And so I did a Control F and replaced his last name with Fats in every possible instance after he adopted the nickname Fats, and no one has gone back to change it yet.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. When you go to Wikipedia and you want to read about the pool hustler Rudolph Wanderone, aka Minnesota Fats, the word Fats appears about 87 times.
You're doing the Lord's work there.
Yeah.
I love it. Wikipedia is the best, and so is Minnesota Fats. So David has control of the board. And David, where are we going?
You know what? Johnny's got 800 points. Jesse has 1,800 points. Let's give these guys a chance and go with 0 is the magic number for 100.
0 is the magic number for 100. Satoru Iwata said that comparisons between a new character introduced in this game and the new Super Mario Brothers character Nabbit were, quote, an unintentional coincidence. Man, I see so many confused faces. Let's see those answers. Wow, we've got I think our first hat trick of the night. Everybody says The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds, and they are all correct. Fantastic. No bonus points at stake. David, who were people comparing to Nabbit?
I believe his name was Ravioli or Ravi.
It's Ravio, yes.
Ravio, yes. He was one of my favorite characters in Hyrule Warriors Legends on the 3DS because you got to use multiple weapons. Like his main weapon was a hammer, but you could also bust out the boomerang to cause a tornado, an ice rod, as well as like the bomb arrows. It was a lot of fun to use.
The more you talk about it, the more it sounds like Nabbit.
No, see, it was a completely original character, OC Do Not Steal,
Right.
And like any relation to Nabbit is an unintentional coincidence.
I was going to say, do you want to run down, as an expert on both Super Mario Brothers and Legend of Zelda, go ahead and give us 5 ways in which Nabbit and Ravio could be confused for one another.
So they both used purple. They both had rabbit ears. Nabbit stole things, and Ravio was greedy and hoarded things. Nabbit was in the Mushroom Kingdom, and Ravio was in Low Rule. Fuck, no.
Okay. We're losing the thread already.
They both had masks.
I'll give it to you.
And they both were in Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, I'm sure, somehow.
They both like money.
I was going to say, the money thing is probably the big one. Because, Ravio would sell you your items. Nabbit would steal your money. I like Iwata, just, poor Iwata, doing like press tours for these games and also dying of severe cancer and just being like, no, the rabbit characters, I don't know. It turns out Nintendo programmers just like purple rabbits, guys. They're not the same. I don't have time to answer this. No. But they're both great games in their own right. Not the same though. Rest in peace, Iwata. We miss you every day. Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds, pretty fantastic game. I would love to see it in some way remade or re-released. I really like that game. Like revisiting the SNES world in a little bit new, a little bit ugly 3DS style, and I like to change up to the formula. It's good, like turned into a little drawing on the wall. I figure that's why David likes the game so much, because you can draw things on walls, right?
Yeah.
David, famously a graffiti artist. Now that I say that.
Yeah.
David C.
Loves tagging.
Right. And David, more than that, loves control of the board. David, you've still got control. Where are we going?
You know what? Again, I want to give these guys a chance. Let's go with maybe call it a comeback 100.
Maybe call it a comeback for 100. This game features many new features, but recycles voice clips from at least 7 other games. right, guys. Let's see this fantastic answer. Oh my goodness, Johnny drew every dick everywhere. Jesse drew thickest dick. And David says Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020. David, sadly, that's incorrect. This is, of course, Mario Golf Super Rush for the Switch. You fool.
Oh, is this the one that added Geddy Lee?
It is. There's some serious prog rock action going on in Mario Golf Super Rush.
Is this the one founded by like the Saudi Arabian government? You know, they poached a bunch of Mario characters out of Mario Golf into this one.
Damn, dude, I really like Jesse's Rush reference more than your fucking Saudi Golf League reference. But yes, Wario and Waluigi, they took a lot of Saudi money to come play golf for them instead of for the Mushroom Kingdom, the Toadstool Tour.
That is a weird thing. I heard about that recently.
Oh man, I mean, as a guy
Golf
that
League
likes golf, like it's kind of wild to see what's going on with the fucking golf, man. Fucking turns out, now color me surprised. These rich white men really don't care where their money comes from.
What?
Yeah.
So
What?
Let me ask the question that gets us back on topic. This is the Mario Golf game that features Chargin' Chuck as a character, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's got the most idiotic power shot possible in which he picks up the golf ball and throws it, which is simply not legal in golf.
Charging Chuck with his football helmet and football pads, famous for being a golf player.
Yes. He's basically the Charles Barkley of Mario Golf.
That's true.
Yeah. Which, it's not a football player either. But
somehow that comparison makes no sense, but also all of the sense.
I was trying to think of the fattest crossover athlete possible.
What?
That, came up with Charles
Not
Barkley.
Butterbean?
Or Refrigerator Perry?
Well, they don't play golf. That's the Charles Barkley.
Minnesota Fats?
Well, okay, yeah, rest in peace. But like Charles Barkley is like the guy that shows up at like celebrity invitational tournaments and just fucking sucks at golf and like boasts about how he's good. And then like, actual celebrities who are okay at golf and, less fat than he is are like, man, you're really bad at this, but okay, go off, man. We'll have fun. We'll beef with each other on Twitter a little bit. None of us are going to go play for the Saudis. At least we got that.
Or
Bill that game, Barkley shut up in golf?
Dude, they should have made it by now, quite frankly. Fucking, shut up in skins game, the fucking Charles Barkley head-to-head golf game. I'd love to see it, but nope. Mario Golf Super Rush.
That would be a hole-in-one.
Yeah, it would. If only Barkley could fit in it. Boom, another fat. Sorry,
more like a hole in 5.
Ew.
Boring.
Yeah, Mario Golf Super Rush is fun, and apparently they somewhat lazily just grabbed all the old voice clips from the previous games and recycled them for this. But I kind of don't mind it because they added some fun new courses and things like that. It's a pretty fun little game, and we're gonna keep it moving. Nobody got it right, which means Johnny gets control of the board.
All right, Legendary Failures 500.
Oh my God, Johnny. Legendary failures for 500. Johnny, you've done it. You have found the Daily Double. Johnny, you get to wager some points. You've got 900 points at your disposal. You get to make a wager. And, how much would you like to wager on Legendary Failures?
900, please.
Johnny's wagering all 900 points on this Daily Double. This game features many references to classic games, including pages of a fully illustrated manual for the game as an in-game collectible. All right, let's see it. Johnny, have you made a fantastic wager? He made a true daily double, and he says Tunic. Johnny is correct. Wow, Johnny. Just what a
Whoever sent him an answer can fuck off.
what are you doing? What a huge move he just made. I'm sure that he Googled collectible game manual pages or some shit, but it doesn't matter. The important thing is he made a game of it, baby. Wow, Tunic. What a game. A game in which it's The Legend of Zelda, but you're playing as a cute little fox. That's what this game is, right, Jesse?
Yeah, because I played it.
It's good, right?
Yo, it's real good.
This is the game where you're like spicing various foods to like enhance their flavor. And no, I'm thinking of turmeric. I'm sorry.
Ah, okay. I wasn't sure where you were really going. I was like, you mean cumin? But yeah, no, it's not a mixture of turmeric and whatever the other panic, whatever the other word might be. No, it's Tunic. It's a game in which you're playing Legend of Zelda game as cute little fox, and you get to collect manual pages for the game. That's a really weird meta little thing to include in the game, Jesse. Did you?
It's real cool. Like,
so, do you not know how to play the game until you collect the manual pages?
Well, there's a lot of like just kind of figuring out what stuff does. Like, you just you get thrown in to the game. You wash up on the beach, and then like you can. I didn't find a sword for the longest time. I had a shield. I didn't have a sword. I had to figure out how to do stuff without a sword. And then I found a sword, which if I just turned left instead of right near the beginning, I would have found it. But like the game builds itself with like, you can, maybe you don't have what you need. You can still probably solve the puzzle. And then like, you'll find these like cool pieces from the instruction guide, and they look like the instruction guide from The Legend of Zelda on NES.
Yeah.
And like, it's real cool. And then you'll see a page, it'd be like page 13, and you're like, oh, well, according to this, if I stand on this thing and press this button, then this thing will happen. And I had no idea that was the case until I found this. That's cool. And it's a pretty neat game.
One thing I'll say, for as difficult as the original Legend of Zelda was for pretty much anybody that played it back in the day, they didn't really give you much chance to venture out into the world without first grabbing the sword. It was right there in that cave on the first screen. I appreciate them doing that. Like, you could venture out without the sword, but it's pretty tough to not go into that thing first. Like, it's I appreciate that. But man, Johnny, fantastic job choosing Tunic, a game that obviously you know about and can definitely play. It's available on systems that you definitely play games on. I think we're all clamoring for a Johnny Tunic run.
Ooh, I can do that.
I think you should. But in the meantime, Johnny, you've retained control of the board, and you get to choose our next category.
I'm gonna go with 0 as a magic number for 500.
0 is the magic number for 500. I should say that all the bonus spaces are off the board, so we can just start marathoning through these. No crazy point scoring chances at stake. A circled hexagram seen at the end of each stage in the Japanese version was removed. Also removed. I should have deleted that from the trivia. Possibly due to Nintendo of America's policy of not allowing religious content in video games. Wow. What a quick song. What a crazy game. David looks supremely confident. The other guy's still writing.
If it's what I think it is, I better be confident.
I hope so. Johnny drew a dick inside of a crystal with a frowny face.
It's like a hexagon.
It's a hexagon, not a hexagram.
Oh, God damn it.
Jessie drew a fucking dick with 2 pentagrams for balls. And David has the correct answer. This is the Cryon Conquest.
Fuck yeah, it is. This game is so unappreciated.
Hexagon.
Of course. Yeah. It's, I think, only appreciated by David at this point.
You
a
know,
Mega Man
maybe
ripoff starring a little witch girl.
it's Mega Man with a witch girl.
Yeah.
Maybe you remember
Okay.
it, Jesse?
Now I do.
Yeah, from that episode where we talked about magic games.
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe you remember it because it was the first time you ever heard of this game.
Yeah, that was the first time I've heard of it.
Mm-hmm. David, what was the name of the girl in this game?
That is an excellent question. See, the funny thing is, originally her name was supposed to be like Dorothy, or Doropi, because it was supposed to be like a Wizard of Oz game, but outside of Japan, her name was Francesca.
Ah, okay. Yeah, see, I only remembered the Doro P part. I thought that was really funny. Like, they were developing a Wizard of Oz Mega Man ripoff, and then they had to abandon that. It's like, oh, shit. Well, let's just work with what we got here, I guess. Let's call it the Cryon Conquest. That name doesn't mean anything. Nobody can nobody could sue us over that, right? Wizard of Oz becomes the Cryon Conquest, of course. A fantastic game. That's definitely not a Mega Man ripoff, right, David?
No, not at all. It's a wholly original game where you go through linear platform stages using magical spells that grant you different abilities that have their own limited amount of power.
Right.
Totally unique to Mega Man.
Completely unique to the Cryon Conquest, not Mega Man. You can't even get out a defense of this game. Fantastic. So, David, you get control of the board because, man, I'm glad that you were here to answer the game that you chose for that episode. Only 5 questions left. Let's go somewhere. What do we got, David?
I think we're going to go with Fans Like These for 300.
Fans Like These for 300. During the first mission, one of the supporting characters will turn on the television, showing a certain 8-bit character running on screen, accompanied by one of the original series' signature jingles. Oh, man. What a game. What a tune. I see confident faces. Johnny still has that dick inside of a hexagon. This time it says, fuck. Jesse has a dick turning on the TV to see another dick, and David's got a running dick?
An 8-bit dick.
It's a running 8-bit dick.
I tried to do
running
8-bit
pixel
too.
dick. Son of a bitch. Okay, well, nobody got it right, but nobody loses any points. This is, of course, The Misadventures of Tron Bond for the PlayStation 1.
Oh.
Right.
Game 5.
What? It's gonna be like that, Johnny. We haven't heard her name that tune all episode. Now she's rushing us. Yeah, it's Misadventures Dronbot. Of course, in that first mission, one of the serve bots will turn on the TV, and you can see a little 8-bit Mega Man running, and it plays the.
That's cool.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, a little classic Mega Man reference. In this unusual Mega Man Legends spinoff,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a real-time strategy game,
sure, why not?
It's kind of like Pikmin.
That makes
which
sense.
is kind of a real-time strategy game.
Yeah. No.
Vaguely a
I
real-time
didn't say
strategy
you're
game.
wrong.
Yeah. I honestly think this should make a comeback, man. If it weren't for the fact that these characters were lost to 20 some odd years ago, I think these characters are sweet. And Dronbon,
Yeah.
she's a fun like anti-hero / villain, and I love those serve bots. So
Yeah. They were the proto minions.
right, that's what I'm saying. Fuck
Oh
the
my
rabbits.
God.
Serve bots were the real original minions.
I don't know that I like that comparison just because it makes serve bots comparable to something I don't like. Like, I would prefer to think of serve bots as Lego people than minions.
So, like,
I'm
did
just saying-
serve bots work for Hitler? 'Cause that's all I can think of
Probably.
now. Because the question of did the minions work for Hitler?
Well, no, they were frozen.
They were frozen.
Oh.
It's addressed in one of the Minion movies.
Oh.
Jesus Christ, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh no.
And the serve bots are on another planet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm upset that any Minion movie apparently had to address whether or not the Minions ever had to work for Hitler. I'm upset that there had to be a writers' room meeting about how to avoid the question of whether or not the Minions worked for Adolf Hitler.
Well, because they had
No,
like
no,
all
no, no,
this,
not
like,
Adolf
lore.
Hitler. Rudolf Hitler.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah, alternate Hitler.
Yeah, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Hitler.
Fat Hitler.
Yeah, that
Hitler.
Fred Hitler.
Fred Hitler.
All right. Well, shit, man. You're trying to remember who picked that last category. David. David's gonna have control of the board. I don't know what you guys' apprehension is towards the number 400, but we got 4 questions left. So David, pick something.
0 is the magic number for 200.
Son of a bitch. 0 is the magic number for 200. This game introduced all new playable characters, including Chronos Late, Kane Grinder, Sarah Barn, and Brood Cragger. All right, you Brood Craggers. Let's see who's got the right answer.
I'm Kronos.
Oh, Johnny's Chronos Late because he says Golden Axe 3. Jesse is Kane Grinder because he also says Golden Axe 3. And David is, of course, the legendary Sarah Barn because he says Golden Axe 3. This is Golden Axe 3.
So wait, hold up. Both Johnny and Jesse didn't guess Golden Axe 3 the first time round?
No, they did not.
I'm very ashamed of both of you.
Yeah, no, I don't know what's been going on this show, guys, but like I was shocked to see some of these answers. Like Johnny didn't get that. Jessie also didn't get that. Golden Axe 3. Like, really? Okay.
It's kind of meh.
I mean, yes, and yet, well, one actually, I guess in this case, Johnny picked the game, but Jessie did get it wrong, and I could see that Jessie might get it wrong because, like, had we outgrown Golden Axe by this point?
Yes.
Maybe?
Yeah.
And then you see that they replaced the characters, like literally all the characters are gone. No Gilius.
Where's Axe Battler?
Well, now you get Cane Grinder, who of course makes rum in fucking the Caribbean, Jessie. Fucking they call him Sugar Cane Grinder.
Oh, okay. For a second, I thought you were actually talking about Golden Axe 3 lore, because if there was like a fucking ripped dude with a sword who was also a drunk rum runner, I would play the fuck out of that character.
There's a shredded Haitian guy named Cane Grinder. Like, right, cool. Count me in. But yeah, no. Then of course you got Kronos Late and Sarah Barn. I can't think of a less exciting action heroine name than Sarah Barn. Like,
yeah, it's anticlimactic.
Yeah.
That, I mean, Sarah is not in and of itself a bad name because I love me some Sarah Connor, but Sarah Barn.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. Are you sure that her name is Sarah Barn? Because I'm looking at a wiki and it says her name is Sarah Byrne.
Neither is very good.
Uh-oh.
But also, I'm laughing at this wiki because there is one fact of trivia about Sarah Byrne, and it says, quote, she is literally a copy of Tyrus Flair.
Yeah, see, okay, so if I Google her name, it comes up spelled 5 different ways in the first 5 results. It's, Sarah, they drop the H. It's Sarah Byrne. It's Sarah Barn. It doesn't matter. You can't make this character that cool. It's Tyrus Flair, but it's her name is Sarah, and she, I don't know, was raised in a barn, lived in a barn.
So she leaves the door.
She just leaves doors open.
Were you raised in a barn? Well, yes, I'm Sarah Barn.
You let the AC out of the house, Sarah. God damn it!
My mistake.
Yeah. So anyway, everybody got it right. David maintains control of the board. David, 3 questions left. Where are we going?
Shout out to our fans. With fans like these for 400.
With fans like these for 400, supposedly, this game is based around the true story and legends surrounding the Himuro Mansion in Japan, rumored to be the gruesome death site of a Japanese family and several others. This is just the energy we need to take us home. Charge it into these last 2 songs. Guys, I hope everybody's pumped up and ready for action after that.
Ready to go.
Johnny really pumped that fist for the brutal murder of a Japanese family. Everybody says fatal frame. Everybody is correct. Amazing. Amazing job, everybody. Fatal Frame for the PlayStation 2. What a game that is definitely in some way inspired by a mansion in which a family was murdered.
I mean, it's Fatal Frame. You take pictures of Japanese ghosts. So, like, yeah, that tracks.
I suppose so. But don't you, like, kill the ghosts with your special camera or something?
You kind of like, as I recall, you somehow... I mean, it's not like a killing the ghost. It's more like a Ghostbuster thing where you, like, trap them with your camera, but with less visual effects.
It's been a long time since I, like, saw The Ring or, you know, The Grudge or familiarized myself with any, like, Japanese ghost lore, but I wasn't sure if it was like Aborigines, like you take their picture and the ghost is pissed and disappears or something.
I mean, kind of. Like you take a picture and steal their soul, as I recall.
Right. But if a ghost is already like a damned soul, so by taking a picture of a ghost, what do you do to the soul?
You develop it.
Right. Oh, you trap it in a fatal frame.
Exactly. See,
Damn.
now you're on top of it.
God, there's so many layers to this title. Wowee. What a game, Fatal Frame. Game I'm assuming that, yeah, I'm betting Johnny put 100 hours into this.
Oh, minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
It was like Pokemon Snap. You wanted to get that perfect shot of all the ghosts.
I burned through so many rolls of film playing this game.
One of my favorite things on Game That Tune is anytime John says, yeah, I'm sure Johnny did blank, and Jessie just starts laughing.
Yeah, because he's thinking about how much I blew on my film budget back then. Like, it really wasn't necessary. I kept taking pictures of the screen with my actual film camera like an idiot.
Yeah.
The ghosts are dying. Ah!
Flash ruined everything. Tried to submit these pictures to, like, you know, Nintendo Power, but it didn't exist anymore.
The Power's like, one, this is a PS2 game, okay?
Yeah. And two, I can't tell what you've done here. What a mistake you've made.
I love the idea of submitting your like Ratchet and Clank scores to Nintendo Power.
What do you think? Yeah. So anyway, regarding this mansion, so there's this mansion outside of Tokyo, and apparently there was like some possible like deaths attributed to people living in there. You know, whether or not it was a murder or something, nobody's really sure. But the U.S. release of Fatal Frame used the tagline "based on a true story," and then several people in Japan were like, "No, it's not." Yeah, so
You can't catch ghosts with cameras.
But it's almost like saying based on an episode of Unsolved Mysteries. Like,
So okay, so there's a ranking to how bullshit or not movie is based on how they open it, like based on a true story, you know, probably pretty accurate. Based on true events, like okay, these happened, but maybe in a different order. Inspired by a true story, and then I feel like this game would be in the category of inspired by true events.
Exactly, like some people died in a house. However, you were not able to capture them via photograph.
This game is based on a true story in much the same way that Amityville Horror is based on a true story. Like, yeah, technically, but the story is bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, inspired by true events.
I mean, Texas Chainsaw Massacre was based on a true story, but they took like one element of like a guy who made a mask out of skin, and then everything else was made up.
It's good, man. Great flick. You know, that's why Fatal Frame is a great game. They took a boring ass story and added a bunch of exciting elements to it. So everybody got that one right. I don't remember where we were, so I'm going to give control of the board to Jessie.
Maybe call it a comeback for 400.
Maybe call it some come on Jessie's back. This game was released nearly 28 years after the original Data East arcade classic. right. Johnny's immediately holding up that smiling penis. Sadly, no points for Johnny. David and Jessie still both writing feverishly. Oh my goodness. David says, "Are you a bad enough dude to rescue the president?" And he drew a dick. Sadly,
no, that's "Are you a bad enough dick to rescue the president?"
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry for calling the dick a dude.
Mr. Dude is my father.
And Jessie drew a big, really long, curving like an Ouroboros dick. Sadly, that's incorrect. Jessie, I was hoping that you would get this one right, my friend. This is, of course, Windjammers 2.
That was Data East?
It was.
Because I thought it was an SNK game.
It was developed by Data East and published by SNK.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I don't think of it as a Data East game. I think of it as an SNK game. That's my bad.
It's all good.
I mean, that's my bad too, because I didn't think of Windjammers thinking of Data East.
Right. It's made by Data East and published on the Neo Geo arcade system. So it's a Data East / SNK joint.
Love those Data East arcade cabinets.
Classic crossover, baby. For a bonus 400 points, somebody else name another Data East arcade cabinet.
Bad Dudes.
Wrong. David loses all his points.
Bad Dudes was totally a Data East arcade game. What the fuck?
But who was it published by? You've made a severe mistake. Sorry, David. It was called Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja in the arcade.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Yeah, it's okay. I won't take the points from you in that case. This is a bad bit. Anyway, Jessie, it was Windjammers 2, a game you chose for the show.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
Yeah, it's a fun game, man. Power flying disc, frisbee pong. What's
cool.
another shorter way to say Windjammers 2?
Frisbee.
Frisbee. Wait, was it Frisbee or Frisbang?
Frisbee.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Frisbee with like an accent mark, like Pokemon?
No, like BAE.
You guys play frisbee pong and then fuck?
That's
Also,
every date I've ever had.
Yeah, exactly. Every time I take somebody down to the Fort Lawn to play frisbee.
It's called college.
Yeah, it's just how it goes, baby.
Ultimate
All right,
Frisbee.
well, I've clearly thrown everyone for a loop with Windjammers being a Data East game as opposed to an SNK game. So it's time now for the final clue of the regular round. Legendary failures for 400. Everybody get ready. The developers of this game have cited Pikmin, Zelda, Metroid, and Dark Souls as influences on the game, while many reviewers compare it specifically to Majora's Mask due to its time elements. All right, how we feeling?
I'm feeling so confident in my answer.
You're not
Good.
great.
Okay, great. Johnny's got two penises side by side, little goatees on their balls. Sadly incorrect. Jesse's still thinking, still writing. Oh, Jesse drew a sad penis with two sparse little balls. Sadly incorrect. And David says legendary failures. Let's talk about Johnny. No, that's sadly incorrect, David, but that's not a penis. That loses you 400 points. This is, of course,
Worth it.
Unsighted. A game that David previously
yeah.
used as an answer on this episode. And
Again, worth it.
yeah. Fun little game. Where you're playing as robots that you're a robot that knows how long all of the other robots have to live. Is that what
Yeah.
it is?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
It's
a weird thing because you have like a power meter, but if you die, you don't lose a life. You just lose part of your power meter.
Right, just lose some time.
Yeah.
Kind of cool. Also
It's
kinda
a very beautiful looking game, though.
Yeah, no, I love the art style.
It's very cool.
As I recall it, you're mostly like, I don't know, like interacting with people. It's more, you know, a lot of focus on relationships. Am I misguided in that, Jesse?
I mean, it's mostly like dungeon crawling and stuff, and you find these things that can power the androids, and so you can use them on yourself to keep going, or if the shopkeeper dude is like 2 days left, you might want to give him some energy so you can still buy stuff, because if he dies in the game, he's dead forever.
Oh, okay.
So like you have to like make choices on who to spend this currency on to keep them alive, and I'm not sure if it's possible to like keep everyone alive, or if you're gonna have to make tough choices. I never got that far, but
Right.
it's a pretty fun game.
Cool, man. Very cool. It's on Game Pass.
Yes.
It's also on
that,
Switch. It's perfect for Switch.
Yes.
Very.
Yes. But again, go to patreon.com/GameThatTune and join at the Game Pass tier. The tier that gets you a personal shout out from Jesse for each month that you stay registered at that tier, because it allows Jesse to play Game Pass games. It's a real tier, or it will be after tonight's episode. Guys, great game, great show. We've used up the board, and there's no easy way for me to do a final Jeopardy round using this interface, but it's time for Final Jeopardy. So everybody write down your wagers in the bottom half of your screen, and then I will read the question, and you guys will provide your answers, and we'll just see where this thing goes, man. Johnny finished the regular rounds with 2,400 points. Jesse, 2,500. David, bringing up the rear in only half the amount of time with 700 points. So we'll see who's feeling great in this category. The category is, of course, Game That Tune history. So go ahead and write those wagers down, fellas.
Yep. Locked in.
Fantastic.
I got mine.
All right. And again, there's no way for me to show this on screen. But the question, or the answer rather, because this is Jeopardy. This SNES game is the only game in Game That Tune history to be used as a selection in 3 different episodes, and that does not include Game That Tune threesomes. That does not include episodes in which we were playing, remixes or remakes of a game. This is the only game that has been featured as a selection in 3 episodes of Game That Tune. 30 seconds. Good luck. All right, we start with the challenger, the lowest scoring challenger, John Regan. Johnny, of course, has 2,400 points to wager. Johnny, let's see what your answer was for this final Jeopardy category. Say it out loud.
Mario All-Stars.
Johnny says Super Mario All-Stars. That is sadly incorrect. Johnny, what was your wager?
2,400.
Johnny finishes the episode with 0 points. Dang, Johnny, it was a good game while it lasted. You had a hell of a run. Jessie, let's go ahead and see that answer.
I guess Secret of Mana.
Jessie has the excellent guess of Secret of Mana.
I wagered 100.
Being part of the show. Jessie's sadly incorrect. However, he only loses 100 points, which takes his score down to 2,400 points.
Smart.
Very smart. And David, let's see what you said.
There's a glare, but I said Super Mario All-Stars as well.
David also said Super Mario All-Stars. And David, your wager?
$6.99 parentheses nice.
David wagered 699 points, taking him all the way down to 1 point. Johnny, send it over to the calculating computer, my friend.
Calculating computer activated.
I'm just trying to say that Yoshi's Cookie is pretty good and you match cookies. Can I say that? Can I? No? Like, fuck, man.
Scoring complete. This game's winner is... Jessie Moore.
Wow. It took the calculating computer to tell us that 2,400 is greater than 1. And yes, Jessie, you are tonight's winner. The answer of the final Jeopardy question is, of course, Kirby Superstar.
Oh, I thought about that.
Johnny, you know why you thought
Kirby
about
music? Oh,
because you used it twice on the show, John.
damn it.
You yourself were responsible for 2 of the 3 instances of Kirby Superstar being used on the show.
Oh.
It's used in episode 6 by you, episode 26 by me, and episode 208, another redo episode by you. It was almost Mega Man 9, but David used Mega Man 9 in the episode 268 that does not exist, remixes and remakes of soundtracks. So yes, the answer was Kirby Superstar. But the more important piece of information, Johnny has been eliminated from August Absurdity, and Jessie has moved into the finals. We have a 3-way, a triple threat match for the August Absurdity finals. It's going to be David Fleming versus John Harrington, that's me, and Jessie Moore for all the marbles in August Absurdity. Jessie, great game tonight, man.
Thank you. It was great fun.
Yes, and David, congratulations on second place. You'll get a copy of the Game That Tune home game.
Thank you. I just want to ask, does that mean that John Regan is going to select all of the games for next episode? Because if that's the case, I just want to say that, John, I truly appreciate everything that you do here, all the programming for GTT Radio, and I do want to clear up a misconception. I myself do not have the largest penis amongst the hosts. That's actually John Regan who has the largest penis.
He's right to do this, folks. Johnny is now in charge of programming the entirety of the August Absurdity finale.
Oh, God.
Did anyone clip the video when David said that Johnny was a legendary failure?
Not too late.
Johnny, have you lost weight? You look good. I just want to say.
I want to talk about legendary failures. How about your quest to weigh 300 pounds, Johnny? But anyway, yeah, so it's a triple threat match, man. It's going to be a hell of an August Absurdity finale. Jessie, David, and John Harrington all facing off for all the marbles, the Game That Tune Championship, the Game That Tune bragging rights. It's going to be a hell of a match. So I implore everyone that likes to make requests, please reach out to John Regan. Help him program the next episode. And it's going to be a great one. So, guys, I can't wait. What a round of Redemption Jeopardy this has been. Jessie, congratulations on redeeming yourself with a fantastic round of Jeopardy. And we got to take it home, guys. So I just want to say thank you to everybody for watching with us live. We're live every Wednesday night. We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. Search for Game That Tune. You'll find us. We're in your podcast devices on Tuesday mornings. Check out GameThatTune.com or anywhere you get your podcast. We appreciate you guys listening there. We want to give a special shout. Oh man. We want to give a special shout out to anybody checking out Patreon. We've plugged it a couple of times. Patreon.com/GameThatTune. It's the home for awesome exclusives. We've got Game That Tune gems. We've got mixtapes. Jesse's making mixtapes galore. We've got all our past features. We've got movie nights. We've got Covered Up. We've got all kinds of fun stuff there at Patreon. And you help us keep the lights on at our 24/7 video game music live stream. Radio.GameThatTune.com, GTT.rocks, the home for video game music on the internet. We really appreciate anybody checking out Patreon. Want to give a special shout out, of course, to our absurd fans on Patreon. We're talking about Lance Revere, Damian Beckles, Bradford Stevens, Daniel Perky, Taylor Y, Sam L, Tasty, Grimmery, Phoenix Tier 2121, Unsaddled Zebra, Akadar, The Kerrigan, and Rav Sieg. A fantastic group that we've got there at Patreon. We super appreciate you guys supporting us at patreon.com/GameThatTune. We didn't get any actual requests this week. We ran back some old episodes with some requests, but the best way to make your requests is via our Discord. Hit us up in the Game That Tune Discord server. It's in our show notes, or hit us up GameThatTune.club. That's the way to get priority. So if you want to help Johnny program the August Absurdity finale, go to GameThatTune.club, join us in our social media server, and feed Johnny some suggestions, because I guarantee he is wide open to them and needs them. And that's going to just about do it. It's been a fantastic night. Thank you guys all for playing Game That Tune Jeopardy. It was a blast. And Jesse has the bonus tunes that are going to take us home. Jesse, tell us what we're going home with tonight.
So I've been working on a mixtape, and in my discoveries, I found this song from Shining Wisdom on the Sega Saturn that is very strange. It's like basically describes what you're about to play in this game, and it's very odd. It's like you hear music, and then this voice is like, there are puzzles and lots of action and role playing, and it's like, is this in the game? It's very strange.
I look forward to hearing. Sounds great. Shining Wisdom. Hopefully it will shine wisdom down upon us for the final round of August Absurdity coming next week. We love you guys. Thank you all so much for listening. Peace out, everybody.
Oh, it appears that the one who has strayed off the beaten path and crossed the line between chaos and order in this world of shining wisdom has finally arrived. Yes, it's you I'm referring to. Mystery, puzzle, and riddle. Taking time out to smoke and calm your thoughts is necessary if you expect to solve these puzzles before you. They exist to challenge you. Fair warning, accepting everything you see at face value will lead to grave error. Who decided that pi should equal 3.14? Never forget that even in ironclad laws of physics, clever and strange traps can be found. Anyway, the brain must first be stimulated. Don't expect the answers to come immediately. Luck is required as much as anything else in order to read what lies behind that which is hidden. There is nothing wrong with heeding your inspiration. Just don't rely too much on freely offered information.
Information is not knowledge. Knowledge is not wisdom. Wisdom is not truth. Truth is not beauty. Beauty is not love. Love is not music.
What?
Love is not
Music is
The best. Listen to this music. Calm yourself and listen. This is not with your ears. Your mind. Try to to obtain something from amongst the traps scattered there. Cosmic discord, irregular time, polyrhythm, flashing keyboard solo, wildly distorted guitar, uninterrupted flow of melody. Now it's time to go, Shining Wisdom.
Wow. All I have
That's good.
for that song is wear sunscreen. The scientific benefits of sunscreen have been proved by scientists, whereas the rest of this song, fuck. I don't have copyrights for 25 games. This shit's over.